Hey guys, and welcome back. While the quiet halls of a suburban high school are echoing with horror, a former coach, once trusted by parents and praised by students, has pleaded guilty to a sexually abusing 42 boys. Now, the scandal is shaking the community to its core and leaving the nation speechless. Now, this story isn't just another headline, it's a bombshell. Now, Carlos Bell, 30, worked as an instructional assistant at Benjamin Stoddard Middle School in Waldorf, Maryland, and as a track coach at La Plata High School. Now, investigators say he also worked at J.P. Ryan Elementary in Waldorf, Maryland, and McDowell High School in Pomfret, Maryland. He was arrested and charged for production of child pornography and 3 counts of second-degree assault. Now, Bell was indicted on 206 counts and 10 federal charges, including child pornography. A 206-count indictment covered 28 identified alleged victims and 14 unidentified alleged victims. Now, according to court documents, Bell did knowingly employ, use, persuade, induce, and entice children to engage in sexual explicit conduct for the purpose of producing a visual description of such conduct. Now, the family of one of the victims in the Bell sex abuse scandal formally filed a $1 million lawsuit. Now, the boy's mother, who wasn't identified, said she wanted compensation, but more importantly, change in policy based on what was called abuse and neglect in the school system. Now, the former coach, who was once considered a mentor, a leader, a guide for young athletes. Parents trusted him, students admired him, but prosecutors say behind the whistle, the clipboard, and the friendly persona was a predator who groomed, manipulated, and violated dozens of boys over the several years. Now, in court, the coach pleaded guilty to a staggering list of charges, including multiple counts of sexual abuse and exploitation. Now, prosecutors revealed chilling details, describes years of abuse that went undetected or worse, ignored. Now, the courtroom sat frozen as investigators explained how the victims were targeted, coerced, and silenced. Families broke down. Survivors confronted the former coach with trembling voices, but unshakable bravery. And then another layer to the scandal surfaced. Investigators confirmed that the coach was HIV positive. Now, officials emphasized there is no evidence he transmitted the virus to any victim, but the revelation deepened the emotional devastation for families who have now endured months of medical testing, fear, and waiting. Now, detectives say that the investigation began with one brave student who finally spoke up, cracking open a case that uncovered 41 more victims. Now, search warrants uncovered photos, messages, and evidence of a grooming operation that investigators called calculated and deeply disturbing. Now, neighbors say they're shocked. Some parents say they feel betrayed. And former students, many are horrified that the same man who pushed them to succeed was living a secret life of exploitation. Now, the school district is now facing mounting outrage and lawsuits. Now, parents want answers. They want accountability. And they want to know how 42 children suffered at the hands of someone hired to protect and guide them. Now, support groups have already been formed. Lawyers are circling, and state officials say sweeping policy changes are coming to prevent anything like this from happening again. Now, this case isn't just a lesson, it's a warning. A reminder that even the most trusted adults must be watched, verified, and held accountable. Now, as this former coach awaited a sentencing. The community he once coached is now rebuilding, healing, and demanding justice. Yes, Carlos D'Angelo Bell, the HIV-positive former Maryland coach, arrested for child pornography and sexual abuse. In 2017, yes, guys, this happened in 2017. Didn't get a lot of play. But he was sentenced to 105 years in prison by a U.S. District Court judge on federal charges. Now, I also learned that a year after that, he was hit with 100 and some more years in a state case. So this fellow will never see the outside of a prison. He'll never get to take advantage of anybody's child. Never again. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I got to add, guys, we got to hold these people accountable. And we've got to start young, teaching our children about predators like this. Yes, teachers, preachers, deacons, neighbors, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins. Yes, we have to start at a toddler's age and teach them into the grown. What y'all think? Press that subscription button and please press that comment button. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Be blessed, guys. Be blessed.